Kenyans, we gave ourselves a new constitution in the year 2010. And in this constitution, we created institutions, independent institutions that Kenyans gave themselves so that we see that things are the government or the issues to do with the public affairs are being run in the right way. And the reason why we say these are independent institutions is because we do not expect any interference, especially from the executive. Some of these institutions is the EACC, for example. And I think it is a high time as Kenyans now, we stop now because every time we think of corruption, most of the Kenyans just think about the presidency and the executive per se. But then you realize that even if the president wants to fight corruption, we have tied his hands with the provisions of the constitution, because he cannot give directions or directives to the EACC, which is mandated to deal with those matters of corruption. And I expect that as Kenyans, we need now to start holding these institutions to account. We need now to start seeing Kenyans coming out and saying that enough is enough for the EACC, the DCI, the Office of the the Director of Public Prosecutions, because these are institutions that are mandated to deal with these challenges that the president is struggling with. Because we do not expect, in fact, we have seen these institutions being misused in the past regimes, whereby they are being used, they are being used to deal with political matters. But now, here comes a president who is very firm on the matters of corruption. He doesn't shy off from admitting the fact that his own officers have been corrupt in one way or the other. But then he cannot be able to deal with every issue of corruption if the institutions are not working.
On one hand, you're saying he's very firm on corruption.
Yes.
The other, you're saying it should not be upon him. It's up to the independent commissions. Is it okay to exonerate the president from this, to say that the president, he has nothing to do with the fight against corruption? He's firm, yes, but it's not his job.
No, I think, Fred, you need to get me clear.
He actually has everything to do.
I'm actually saying, we don't expect him, because if we see him issue directives to these institutions, then we'll start complaining that this president has now started getting into the space of the independent institutions.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, it is upon us all, the same way my friend here is saying, all Kenyans must help ourselves, not the president, help ourselves as Kenyans to deal with the corruption by ensuring that the independent institutions that we pay with our own taxes are doing exactly what they are mandated to do.
Now I'm concerned, is there a role the president should play
in
this fight against corruption? And what is that role, if at all there are independent institutions